It's looking good, it's looking good, it's looking good, it's looking good, it's looking good. Now that you have given me reason to live, I will stay forever.
Top of the world looking. Corner creation is the only explanation I can find. Me now, cause the love that I found ever since.
Here comes Celtic again, and they're in again. Oh, is in 1-on-1 with the keeper to make it 6, which he does! 8 points. They lead the top of the Scottish Premiership as their title defence continues to seamlessly move towards the finishing line in May. They finished here, comprehensive, and a biggest victory of the season for the champions. Celtic 6, Aberdeen 0.
How is Kyogo? That looked like a bad one, and I was sitting just behind you guys. I wondered if that might be even a straight red. What did you make of that, and how is he?
Well, I can only say I haven't seen it back. It was obviously looked sore from the sideline. And obviously, clearly, he was not in a good place, so he had to come off. So yeah, the medical team reassured he'll obviously not go away now to Japan. He needs to stay, recover for 7 days, and yeah, it looked a nasty one.
We usually take stock of things, don't we, at these international breaks? That's you still only dropped 4 points all season so far. You're a third of the way through. Just take stock for me yourself.
Yeah, no, I've been very pleased. Performance level improving all the time. The cohesion and the synchronisation of the team getting better, and I thought the players today were absolutely fantastic. Coming off the back of the result in the weekend, dealing with that, and then going and performing to that level and that intensity, I was so pleased for them because they gave absolutely everything, and the guys that started put us in a good place. The guys coming into the game finished the game off really well for us. So overall. So it's still early, of course, but it's important to make a good start, and we've made a very good start.
Hello, and a warm welcome back to the Celtic Forever podcast. I've just watched Celtic 6, Aberdeen 0. A dominant, comfortable, beautiful display by Celtic today. Aberdeen, I don't even think they had a shot at goal today. Walkover, total walkover. What a performance after the European game in midweek. I've got John here to go over the game. What did you think of that today, John? Lovely display, wasn't it?
Lost 6 in midweek, gained 6 in the most important game in my opinion. Fantastic.
Yeah, it was lovely to watch some of the football we played today, especially in the first half. It was silky, stylish, beautiful football. But before we go into the game, what I want to do is make the draw for the framed Legends print. John, I want to do that just now. There was 30 entries and there was 7 correct entries. So thank you for everybody who entered into the prize draw. And the correct entries were John MacArthur, Don Casey, James Doran, We Would Never Sell Our Club for £1, The Prophet, Colin Stewart and Roseanne. So that was your 7 correct entries out of all the entries. And well done to everybody that did get the 2 right. That was brilliant getting both of them. But the rules were that everybody that got 1 right at least got put into the draw. So there was only 7 anyway out of the 30 odds that entered. So these 7, I've got them on a wee box here, and I'm going to draw one out just now, right? So here we go. Right, I've got the winner here and a wee bit of paper. And the winner is John MacArthur. And John was one of the ones that actually got both right anyway, John, so he's the winner. So well done, John MacArthur. Well done, John. All you need to do is leave your address in the comments or join our Facebook page and send a private message to John. Get your address in there and we'll get that framed Legends print sent out to you as soon as possible, buddy. Well done, John.
Aye, brilliant, John MacArthur. Well done. That's I'm glad you're one of the ones that got both of them right, because I think it was quite hard, to be honest with you. I know quite a few people said Joe Ledley.
Yeah.
But if you want to give out the correct answers to who the 2 legends were, Zander.
The correct answer was Arthur Boric and Brian McClare. And obviously John MacArthur got both of them right anyway. He was drawn out of the hat. He's the winner of the framed Legends print, and we'll get that sent out to you on Monday, buddy. You'll probably get that by Wednesday if you leave your address as soon as possible. We'll get that out to you.
Aye. Well,
So unlucky to everybody else, John, that entered, because there was 7 correct entries there. So unlucky to the rest of the correct entries. Better luck next time.
Aye.
So do you want to get into the game then? Do you want to get into this game today, Celtic versus Aberdeen?
Aye, well, just to say to John MacArthur, I don't think a lot of people don't want to leave their name in the comments section of YouTube. I certainly wouldn't do that. So, to John MacArthur, join the Facebook group, the Celtic Forever podcast. You'll find us on there. I'll add you and just send me a personal message, and we'll get that print sent straight out to you, John, and well done.
Yeah, well done, John. Absolutely brilliant. Getting both of them right. And well done to everybody else that got both right. I'll mention that, actually, before we move on, I'll mention that the ones that got both right. The Prophet got both right as well, and so did Roseanne. So well done to all 3 that got both names right. That was Brian McClare and Arthur Boric. All right, John, let's get into the game then. What a game today, Celtic Park. Looks like a full house to me, John. Looks like there's hardly any empty seats.
Aye, it was good attendance today. Obviously, the standing section was kind of, you call it half full or half empty or whatever. We'll call it half full. They must have been selling tickets for that or whatever. But look, I want to see the Green Brigade back in there. We missed them. We missed them singing all through the game, and the drums going all through the game. I really miss that. We need to see them back there. That's all I can say. I think the board need to lift that ban on them.
Yeah, I think we do need them back there. They do bring a lot of colour and noise to the games, every game they attend. So yeah, the sooner the Green Brigade are back, the better, as far as both of us, and probably every Celtic fan as well is concerned. Yeah, so that's the crowd. Let's get into the game, John. So we had a cross in the 5th minute from Matt O'Reilly, and the Aberdeen defender defends it, but it's almost an own goal and just goes by the post. Like, so we're hitting them quite early, Aberdeen, John. We're hitting them with some blows quite early on in this game. We look quite pacey and quite sharp, and we're not getting Aberdeen a minute, are we?
Relentless. The whole first half was relentless, to be honest with you, Xander.
Yeah, I totally agree. It was nice to watch. It was good to see them coming out with a display like that after, their 10-man performance in midweek against Atletico. To play like that after a performance like that, down to 10 men, is brilliant. Let's put it this way, John. I wasn't expecting it.
No, well, I predicted 3-0 in my score. And I was nearly right, because it wasn't until into injury time before we get the 4th one. I was thinking, I've won a prediction here. And then the ref adds on 10 minutes, of course. But no, I wasn't expecting a 6-0, to be honest with you. But look, nobody's any more happy than what I'll be tonight. That was a delightful performance from Celtic, I think. 90 minutes of pure bliss.
Yeah, and then we've got obviously the first goal comes in the 9th minute. A beautiful cross with Palma, straight to Yang's head, puts it in the net. Nice start to the game. A nice early goal, John, settles everybody down. We're 1-0 up after 9 minutes.
Well, I've said it and time again, I'm going to say it again. It's all about the cross. He did it for Forest last week against Ross County. Right on a sixpence. Can he miss? That cross was inch perfect. It was millimetre perfect for a headed tap in at the back post. So to me, that was all about. I mean, Young's got to be in the position, of course, but Palmer's picked him out impeccably.
Yeah,
what a cross that was! Fantastic for Palmer. Good finish for Young.
Yeah, we'll go into Palmer, John, because he was clearly the man of the match today. But we'll get to him later on, John. We've got the second goal in the 16th minute from Kyogo. It was a cut-in from Yang, past to Matt O'Reilly, hits the ball across, and it's more or less a tap-in. 2-0 Celtic, Kyogo.
Great ball for Yang to O'Reilly. Fantastic through ball to O'Reilly. That was amazing. Lovely bit of play there for Yang. And as you say, cuts it across. Kyogo's not going to miss for there, 2-0.
Yeah, it's good to see Kyogo get on the score sheet again, John, after a few games without a goal.
Aye, I thought he would score the day. And I was right, he did. I says that in the last podcast. I fancied him for the first goal, then I says, well, I fancy him for a goal.
That's right.
So he got his goal. Well done, wee Kyogo.
Yeah, and then we've got the only positive thing Aberdeen did today, which was a throw-in for Aberdeen, breaks to Hayes, runs through and goal, and his shot is wayward just by the post, or maybe about a yard or two by the post. So Hayes' shot by the post, he should have done better there, John, I think.
Aye, hits the side net, didn't he? I think sclaffs it, didn't he?
Aye, he does, aye.
It was very poor for Johnny Hayes, if you ask me. If I was an Aberdeen fan, I wouldn't be happy with that at all. He's just got the keeper to beat him. That's into the side net. But he's at a kind of an awkward angle, I suppose. But he could have went across the keeper. Look,
Yeah.
I'm glad he did. Obviously, I'm glad he didn't score, but I'm glad he didn't score, so I'll just leave it there.
Yeah. It's okay. That was the 23rd minute. Then the 25th minute, we've got a shot from Kyogo. It comes in from a corner. He sort of mishits it, John. It's like you said a minute ago, a sclaff. It went under his feet, and the ball just lands right in the keeper's hands. So that was a chance to make it 3-0, but he must have turned his eye off the ball or something there.
Was that the corner kick?
Yeah, that was a corner, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look, again, it was Palma. And what he's basically done is put the ball on a sixpence yet again. Millimetre perfect, right onto Kyogo's toe. Look, he's got time to do something with that there. He hits it first time. Just look, he didn't score. What I'm amazed at there is the quality of that corner kick for Palma. That guy is something else. His delivery. His delivery is second to none. I've not seen a delivery like that at Celtic for a long time. Years.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe gone back as far as the Lubo days.
Yeah. I said to you a few podcasts ago, John, is he the new Jota? And I think we both said at the time he's not quite at Jota level yet. What are you thinking now?
No, that was only a couple of weeks ago, but I still don't think he's Jota level. I think Jota had that Palma hasn't got his pace. But what Palma's got, the way he lacks in pace, he makes up for in skill and dead balls. I think Palma's got the skill, he's got the ability. He confuses players. And what I've said to you for a long time, what we miss is somebody that can cross a ball. And we've now got that on the left-hand side. He's just outstanding. We've got the player I was looking for anyway. Yeah,
the wee shot. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but he had a wee shot over the right-hand side, and he gave the ball away within a minute, and Brendan put him right back over to the left. So obviously that's his favourite position, John.
Look, we're getting what we need for the left-hand side. Keep him there. He's outstanding there. That's where he needs to play. I know Maeda probably performs well on the left. Maeda performs well on the left, but I'd rather see Palma there because he's outstanding.
Yeah, I think he's quite close to Jota, John, if I'm being honest. He's the guy that's just got ability. His precision, how he can find these passes, and he's shooting as well. He's got a great shot on him. But we'll go back to Palma later on, John. So let's get into the 40th minute, John. We've got a shot for Thiago home, but 20 yards out, John. And the keeper saves it over the bar. Half decent save, that one for the Aberdeen goalkeeper. Is it Roos?
Roos, aye.
Yeah, good save.
Aye. He's a good keeper, Roos. Wasn't that good today, right enough?
No, he wasn't that good today. Well, in saying that, he had a few saves. It's just Celtic were clinical today. But that was a good save, I thought, anyway. So that one was saved over the bar, resulted in a corner to Celtic. And then a minute later, John, we've got a Palma shot from the angle of the box. That was just over the bar. And then the same minute, the 44th minute again, we've got another shot for Palma, and he hits the side netting with that one. That's also for the angle of the box. He had two shots within a minute at the angle of the box, and both just wide.
Aye. A couple of decent efforts for Palma there. You know he's going to try a shot for there. We've seen him doing that time and time again. Takes a player on, usually goes round the outside of them, and then has a shot with that wicked foot that he's got. Is it his right foot he's got? He's good with the left foot as well.
Mm-hmm.
But he fires a shot in there. A couple of shots for that angle. I'm expecting to see the keeper make a save when it comes to Palmer. He's that good, you know. But a couple of decent efforts for the boy.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, it's half time, John. We're 2-0 up. Cruising. I mean, that should have been 4-5-0 at half time, I think. If it wasn't for the keeper's saves and maybe a few wayward shots, a few shots in front of goal that were sclaffed, you know, I think we could have been 4 or 5-0 up there, John, at half time.
Easily, aye. But it wasn't to be. I think the amount of possession we had in the first half, it merited a bigger lead, but plenty of shots on goal, shots on target. A few sitters missed. But we could have been a lot more than that at half time.
Yeah. So the second half kicks off, John. We're not as fluent as what we were in the first half. That's plain to see, but we're still controlling the game, I think. And then, you know, what I'm going to talk about now, I don't want to be too heavy on any players here, right? But the header on Kyogo, John, an absolutely shocking header, and he was only given a yellow card. That could have been so much worse for Kyogo.
Well,
he was lucky to walk off the park. Let's put it that way.
VAR had all the time in the world to look at that. That guy, like you said, I don't like to be too heavy on the boy that did it.
Rubovic.
Rubovic. I don't want it. He's generally not that kind of player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's a challenge born out of frustration or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's been in there like an animal, and I don't like saying that about players. I mean, I like Aberdeen as a team and all that, but that's a straight red all day in anybody's eyes. That's a straight red card. He's went right in through the back of Kyogo, sorry.
Yeah.
He's intentionally took him out from behind with his head right into Kyogo's head. Knocked him spark out. You seen the slow motion replay? Kyogo's went down to the ground. He's obviously passed out.
Yeah.
He's went right through the back, headed him full force on the side of the head. He's stooped down really low to do that. Kyogo's only about 5'8", 5'8". He's what, 6'5".
Yeah.
He stooped away down to do that. That's a red card all day. That's an instant red card. And VAR had all the time to look at that, and they've done nothing about it. Give him a yellow, and he's walked away for that.
Yeah, it was a bad one. It was a really bad one. And, you know, for me, it's a red card, and it's a 4-game ban. I don't know if they can look at this again, if the SFA can look at it again and, you know, change their mind on the decision. But VAR's already looked at it, so I don't know if that can happen. I'm not too sure on the rules. But it was a bad one. Rubovic gets his yellow cards. Okay, we move on, John. Kyogo obviously comes off and O comes on. So we've made 2 substitutions. 51st minute, we've got another lash out at Matt O'Reilly. He kicks out at Matt O'Reilly when he's on the ground. Another bad one. Not as bad as Kyogo one, but, you know, I don't know if the boy got booked for that. I didn't see a yellow card getting flashed. Did you see that one, John?
I do remember that one. I do remember that. Well, he's not made contact, so that's probably why he's not been booked for that. But the intention's there to put in a really bad tackle, you know? Yeah,
definitely. So, John, we're on to the 71st minute. We've got an eye injury to Yang. That definitely wasn't intentional. That's the boys trying to clear that header out for a corner, and Yang's obviously standing behind him. His elbow's trailing, and it lands on Yang's eye. So it's an eye knock. Looks like quite a bad one, and obviously he has to come off as well.
Aye. It was Mackenzie, wasn't it? Was it Mackenzie that did that? I can't remember.
It was Mackenzie. It was Mackenzie. Sorry, John, that did the Matt O'Reilly one as well. Actually, it was Mackenzie that done both.
Look, I don't think the boy Mackenzie's a dirty player in any way, shape, or form. I don't think he's like that. He is quite a solid defender, but look, the one on Yang, he's burst his eye open, isn't he? But I've got it down in my notes as well. It wasn't intentional. The boys know he's no. But Young's kind of came in for the side of him.
That's right.
But no, it's no intentional. That it's just a coming together. So nothing was given for it, and rightly so. But bad one for Yang.
Yeah, so Yang comes off and Forrest comes on. We've also got a couple of other subs as well. We've got McGregor off for Iwata, and we've got Taylor off for Bernaby as the other substitutes. So we'll get to the 74th minute, I think it is, John. We've got a VAR penalty check for a tackle on Yo. Yo obviously hits the shot, hits it by the post, but it's after the ball's away, there's a tackle on O, and VAR give us the penalty. So the penalty's given for the tackle on O. I thought that was soft, John.
No, I didn't. I think it was a penalty. I think it was a penalty all day. I mean, O's touched the ball. It's not the Aberdeen player that's touched the ball, and the players went right through him. So no, I think it was a correct decision.
Yeah, I just thought the ball was. I thought the ball was already away. Maybe it is in the box. You're playing with fire if you're putting tackles like that inside the box. I suppose I'll give them that. But VAR's looked at it. They've overruled it and they've given the penalty. And Palma slots it away beautifully. What a beautiful penalty that was, John.
It's that typical Palma style that he's got at hitting a shot. He doesn't put much backlift on it, you know. He's like, his foot moves backwards about an inch and he puts the power into it. He's got some shot on him, Palma. What a penalty that was.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's us 3-0 up. The game's over. We're on the 77th minute. There's only, 30 minutes to go plus injury time. We've got a shot for Johnston. On the 85th minute, John shot over the bar. Just a bit wayward there, I thought. And then we get to the fourth goal, John. 92nd minute, 2nd minute of injury time. David Turnbull, another screamer from outside the box, about 22 yards out and off the post by Roos on the left-hand side. Another nice finish for Turnbull.
Very similar to his goal up at Ross County.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Aye, nice finish for David Turnbull. I thought it was, when I seen it, I thought that's just a replica of the goal he got at Ross County. After posting in, along the ground. But how far out was he? Maybe 22 yards, something like
that? Yeah, just outside the box, yeah.
Aye, nice finish.
Aye. That was nice, aye. But that was your prediction out the window, John? The 92nd minute?
Trust me, I wasn't happy with that.
So that's 4-0, 92nd minute. So the referee's added on 10 minutes of injury time, obviously. And I was watching the game with my wee grandson, and I said to him, without a word of a lie, I said to him, still enough time for another couple of goals. So 94th minute, we've got a beautiful through ball, John, from Matt O'Reilly, straight to the toe of James Forrest, and he hits his shot about 10 yards over the bar. That should have been number 5 there, I thought.
10 yards, you're being kind. That's the closest I've seen to the ball going into the tap tier. but look, Matt O'Reilly's chip through him. What a chip that was! That was pitching wedge, wasn't it? Right onto his toe, and he balloons it right out of the bar. It's more than 10 yards. I was like, what's going on here with this guy? How can you not be putting that away?
Yeah, he's obviously no long on the park, so it's maybe cold. The game's already sitting at 4-0. The game's finished. So, maybe I'm thinking excuses for Jamesy, but he doesn't finish it anyway. So we move on to the 96th minute, John, where we get our 5th goal, and it's what a cross from Palma again, John. Straight onto the head of you just cannot miss for that position. And obviously he's in the right place at the right time, and he buries his head up, makes it 5-0. A nice finish, I suppose, but it's all about the assist for me.
Look, it's Palmer again, isn't it? It's, to me, take the goal away and just look at what Palmer's done. But many times has he done that, and many times he's done that just today. He's put that ball in on a sixpence again. And you can't miss. He's putting it into positions in the box where you can't miss. That's what Palmer's doing. That's where we're getting our goals through now. They're all coming for Palmer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No all of them, but the majority of them. But no, all about the cross. Absolutely fantastic, Palmer, isn't he? He was outstanding today. His crossing ability is unbelievable.
Yeah. He's crossing and his overall play. It's good to watch. Lovely to watch. So we round the game off, John. With a minute to go, we've got a nice through ball from Matt O'Reilly again, who played well today. I thought good to see him back on form. The straight through to Owen, he runs through, he could have squared it, but he buries it himself. Left hand side of the keeper again. Nice finish again, John. All bags himself a wee double, and the game finishes 6-0.
Aye, great way to finish the game. A lovely finish, Vito. I think the keeper was thinking he was going to go across him, but puts it into the near post. Lovely wee finish, Vito, and well done. It's a boy I've not been that kind to over a few podcasts anyway, but he's starting to look good.
Mm-hmm.
He's starting to shine eventually, but
Yeah.
we're getting there, you know.
Yeah, that's it. He's finding the net, and that's the main thing. He's also getting into some great positions as well. So well done. Oh, yeah, as you say, John, well done to the boy. He backs himself a double. You know, all we need is all to do is to start doing it when it counts, you know, against Rangers and things like that, against the bigger teams in Europe, you know, stuff like that. But you've got to start somewhere, I suppose. So well done to the boy. So we had 3 assists for Palmer, John, the day. 3 assists. You know, I'm going to ask you who your man in the match is. There's no doubt for me it's Palmer, but who's yours, John?
Palmer, 3 assists
Yeah.
and a goal. Just like I'm filled with confidence when I see him playing there. He's having the same effect on me as Hatate when Hatate's on form.
Yeah.
So Lewis Palmer was outstanding. Nobody can say he wasn't man of the match. Matt O'Reilly, I think, had a good shout for man of the match.
Yeah, I thought it was good as well. Yeah, I thought it was brilliant today.
But for me, it's got to be Palmer putting the ball on a sixpence. The guy's outstanding. I hope we can get a couple of seasons out of him before somebody snaps him up, because if he continues playing like that, he's going to get snapped up.
Yeah, I know. And then talking about the players that are injured, Hatate, etc. That's another 2 added to the injury list, John. Yang and Kyogo. Hopefully not as long term as the rest of them, but that's another 2 added to that injury list, that ever-growing injury list.
Aye, well, Kyogo's not going to Japan now, so I suppose that's a blessing, because I hate international stuff. Well, I like watching Scotland, but I always worry about Celtic players going on international duty and coming back injured or whatever. So in one way, it's a blessing, but look, the most important thing, I hope Kyogo's okay, because that was a bad one.
It was a bad unit. It was a really bad unit, and I think he will be okay. He's got a brilliant, medical team around him there, John, at Celtic. And he walked off the park as well, so I think he'll be okay. He'll be a bit dazed for a few days, obviously, but he'll be absolutely fine after that. But he's going to be out for a week or so. So, as I say, him and Yang both added to the injury list. Okay, John, let's get into the individual player scoring. We'll do this quite quickly because
before we go into that, Xander, I just want to comment on the Celtic fans today applauding wee Johnny Hayes after the part. I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah, it was a nice touch. Yeah, when he came off, that's right near the end. Yeah, that was a nice touch. And obviously, they remember what he did for Celtic, scoring against Rangers. Winning league titles with Celtic. The fans don't forget that. So, yeah, well done, Johnny Hayes. What age is Johnny Hayes now? 37.
36, I think he is. But look, I think he's past his best wee Johnny Hayes. I still like him. I like him as a guy. He's a nice wee guy, but I just thought that was a nice touch for the Celtic fans applauding wee Johnny when he gets subbed today.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, the Celtic fans don't forget, previous heroes, and they applauded him off the park. So fair dues to the Celtic support. All right, March out of 10, John. This will be quite quick. So I'm just going to quickly run through the back 5, and then you can give me yours, right? So Joe Hart did nothing to do, absolutely nothing. I'll give him a 5. Alistair Johnson 7, Greg Taylor 6.5, 2 centre halves. I give both of them 7.5. What's your scores for the defence, John?
You know what I'm going to say for Joe Hart, don't you?
The usual 7.
Usual 7 for Joe Hart. Had nothing to do, but there was a cross came in and he stopped the ball going to the back post where Johnny Hayes was standing. So I think for what Joe Hart has today, that's why I always give him a 7, because he never does anything wrong. So that's why Joe gets a 7. His distribution's always good, I think. So 7 for Joe. Carter Vickers and Scales, gave them both an 8. I thought the two of them are really good, untroubled, really. Probably, maybe Big Scales edged it because he had to do a lot more defending with the head, I think. 8 for both of them anyway. So 7 for Hart, both for the two centre backs, and the two wing backs. Alistair Johnston, I'll give him a 7, and Greg Taylor, I'll give 5.5.
All right, John, fair enough. It's hard to score the defence when you've won 6-0 and the opposite team have not had a shot and goal, so it's quite tough. So we'll move into the midfield. We've got Callum in midfield with. Sorry, John, I'm getting distracted with this game. It's on in the background here. Chelsea against Man City.
All right.
I don't know if anybody wants to watch the highlights. So if you want to watch the highlights, you don't want to know the score, turn away now. The score is Chelsea 4, Man City 4. What a game, by the way. I've been watching it in the background. With 8 minutes, there's all sorts of tackles flying in and everything. So watch the highlights tonight if you get the chance. But it's sitting at 4 each now. I'm not one for the English football, but that looks like some game. Anyway, so the midfield score players, John, were Matt O'Reilly, Callum McGregor, and Thiago Holm. Callum, I thought played brilliant today. I'll give him an 8. Matt O'Reilly, I'm going to give an 8.5, and Thiago Holm, I'll give a 7.
Aye. Callum McGregor, I do agree. He played well today. He was untroubled the whole day. I don't think he lost the ball the whole day. So I'll agree with you there. I'll give Callum an 8. Matt O'Reilly an 8.5. Thiago Holm a 7. I'll agree with just the same as you there. I thought that's fair marks, I think, Xander.
Right, John, no bother. We'll move on to the forward 3, which was obviously Palma, Kyogo, who started the game, and Yang on the right. So Yang, I'm going to give an 8. The boy was absolutely out. In fact, I'm going to give him an 8.5, John. He was absolutely outstanding, Yang. His wee tricks and flicks and taking his man on and his passing ability as well. And he got his goal. 8.5 for him. Kyogo, I'm going to give a 7.5. Obviously went off early with his injury, but got his goal. And the man of the match, John, for the first time ever, I'm giving him a 10. There you go. I just thought that boy was outstanding for the first minute to the 10th minute of injury time. 10 for Palma.
That's big scoring. I've never heard a 10 on here. Yang, like you say, is a very skillful player. Very, very skillful. I think he's another future Celtic star. Yang, definitely think he's got the potential to become a future Celtic star. I'm going to give Yang a 9. I thought he was outstanding today and got his goal. Kyogo, I'll give a 7. Got his goal. Sadly, had to get taken off with a head injury. Lewis Palmer, what can you say, man? I was thinking 10 as well. When you were talking about him, I'm thinking, is he worth a 10? Is he worthy of a 10? The highest scores I've ever given was a 9.5. And I'm going to give Yang a 9.5. Palmer a 9.5. I don't think it was a 10 out of 10 performance. But so I'm thinking 10, but I'm going to I don't want to go to a 10 unless somebody really, in my opinion, deserves a 10. 9.5's close though. Close. I've gave somebody else a 9.5 in the derby before. Can't remember who it was.
Probably Scales.
I'd need to listen to it again. I gave somebody a 9.5 before because they had an outstanding performance. Maybe McGregor even. But no, look, Lewis Palmer. How the Celtic fans haven't made a song up for him yet is beyond me. I don't know why they haven't done that. Maybe I'll need to do one myself.
Aye, maybe. Get the ball rolling anyway.
Aye.
Yeah.
Look, this guy is going to go for big money. When he eventually goes, 9.5 on me for Lewis Palma. The guy is just, what a signing he is. An absolute perfect signing for Celtic. And it's what we've been looking for years. It's a 9.5 on me for Lewis Palma. He was man of the match for me against Ross County as well. We played half an hour and got a man of the match off of me.
That's right. So he did. Aye, we're lucky to have him, John. Let's put it that way. So, John, that's us finished with the game. We move back to 8 points clear at the top of the league. Obviously, they played the day. Rangers, that is, played Lydon Livingston the day. They got their usual get out of jail penalty, and it finished 2-0 to Rangers. So that put Rangers 5 points behind us, but we won this afternoon, puts us back up to 8 points clear. So we're looking good, John. Again, you know, these after the European tie midweek, it did not affect us in the slightest, and you know, we're looking good. We're looking good, and you know, we could be champions again this season by the looks of things.
Aye, look, we're going to be champions. We're looking good, as you say. Was it the Ruttles that sung a song called "We're Looking Good"?
I'll try and find it and put it on.
I think it was the Ruttles. If nobody's ever seen the Ruttles, it's basically a rockumentary. It's supposed to be the Beatles, but it's not the Beatles. It's like they're called the Prefab Four. Instead of the Fab Four, it's the Prefab Four. So apparently they were out before the Beatles. And they sang a song called "It's Looking Good." It goes, "It's looking good, it's looking good, it's looking good, it's looking good, it's looking good." So I don't know.
You must be in a good mood if you're singing, boy.
Yeah, like you've heard my singing abilities, you know. I'm not very good at it, but that's just a wee recommendation to anybody listening. You want a good funny movie to watch? If you like the Beatles, watch the Ruttles. Great wee movie.
All right, John. Okay, the Ruttles, fair enough. I'll maybe put a wee clip of that on the podcast. Okay, right. Moving on. I'm going to go into next week's. Obviously, we're into an international break now, John. No football till a week on Saturday where we play Motherwell. That's also Celtic Park. So we have got a back-to-back home game, John, eventually. So we play Motherwell at Celtic Park after the international break. Right, competition time for that. And you can put your entries in just now all the way through to the Motherwell game. And it's simple. What minute will the first goal be scored again, John? What minute will the first goal be scored against Motherwell a week on Saturday? Leave it in the comments what you think the minute will be. Remember, add your seconds as well. Always helps. Makes you a wee bit closer to the actual time. Gives you a better chance of winning the Celtic Framed Legends print. So that's the tournament, John, for the next prize against Motherwell a week on Saturday.
Right. It's easy. Can't get any easier than that. When will the first goal be scored? I'll have a wee pop right now. I'll say Celtic Park against Motherwell. Motherwell were dogged against us the last time, weren't they? What a game that was.
Yeah.
Seventh minute winner at Fir Park.
That's
I'll
right.
have a wee pop. I think Celtic will walk right out of the top of them. I'm going to go for a 6 minute for the first goal.
Yeah, 6 minutes early doors. Stuffy team, Motherwell, when we play them every time, whether it's home or away. I'll say 23 minutes. That's when I think the first goal is going to be scored. Comments, John. Any comments for us?
I wasn't even thinking about comments, but I can quickly grab a few.
Yeah, take your time, John. Take your time.
Excuse
And
me.
while John's having a look for the comments for the other day's podcast, the preview for the Aberdeen game, we'll just say a big well done to John MacArthur again. Well done, John, for winning the Celtic Framed Legends print. There it is, picture on the screen just now. Absolutely beautiful. That'll be getting sent to you tomorrow. And all we need you to do is leave your address in the comment section. If you don't want to do that, then go onto the Facebook Celtic Forever page and just send a personal message to John with your address in it, and he'll send it to me, and I'll get that posted out to you tomorrow, and you'll get it by Wednesday. So well done, John MacArthur, for getting both legends' names correct. So that was Brian McClare and it was Arthur Boric. That was the correct answer for last week's competition. All right, John, how are you getting on with the comments?
So I was just thinking about the riddles. But let's have a look at the comments.
As a funny film, to be fair, I have seen it myself.
That's a brilliant film, man. And Beatles parody. You can't beat it, man. Eric Idle, out the Monty Python. He plays Paul McCartney in it. So let's get to some comments. We would never sell our club for £1. Huge blow with Maeda being out for 6 weeks. But we will have to cope without him. And I'm going to say 2-1 Celtic against the Dons.
That was my prediction. That was a way out. So was we would never sell our club for £1. But I wasn't expecting a 6-0 today. I don't think many people were. So quite a lot of people would have got their score prediction wrong. And, I don't know what the odds for that. It must have been about 40-1 for a 6-0 today.
Aye, there'd been a good odds for that. So we've had a couple of comments for Paul, who's a regular commenter, Paul McComb.
Mm-hmm.
He just sent a couple of comments right after the Aberdeen game. He says, "We will and truly let them have it today. Great stuff. Oh, on fire. Hail, hail." We were.
Exactly.
We were on fire. Well said, Paul.
Yeah, definitely.
And then
100% agree with you, Paul.
He says, I meant to say, Yang and Palma were on form as well. The boys done good. Yang and Palma, they were the two best players on the park today for me. Yang and Palma.
Oh, aye. Yeah, it's good, nice wide play today from Celtic, cutting in, wide play, taking their men on, getting the crosses into the box. Aye, outstanding. Well said, Paul. Yeah, well said.
Aye, Jason Mudgard. I've heard from Jason before. Time for Kyogo to score and Riley to step up. We have too much quality. If we turn up, 3-0 Celtic.
Yeah, another one that didn't say 6. As I says, I don't think many people would have said a 6 today. Obviously, a couple of the goals are scored late into injury time, so it was looking at 4 at one point, wasn't it? So yeah, 3-0. That is comfortable, but 6. That was just a brilliant display for the Hoops today.
Thanks for your comment, Jason Mudgard. That was my guess as well, 3-0. But obviously, I was raging when the fourth one went in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cheers, Jason.
Just in case you're worrying why I was raging. I wasn't really raging. I'm delighted with the 6-0, of course. But me and Xander are in competition. It's 4-2 to Xander and guessing the correct score. So that's why I said that. And we've got another one for we would never sell our club for £1. Celtic should appeal the Maeda red card. Well, my thoughts exactly. It's never a red card. You know what I mean? It's just never, ever in a million years was that a red card. It's the softest red card in all the time I've watched the game and throughout my life. That's the softest thing I've ever seen when it comes to red cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's done now, John. We're going to be missing him for 2 games, the last 2 games in the Champions League. But he's injured anyway, so it doesn't really matter. If they can appeal it, it doesn't make a difference. So,
no.
We move on, John. We move on.
All right. Well, the Prophet, here was just the Prophet leaving his guest for the Celtic legends in the interview clips. 2 legends. He says, I'll go for Brian McClare and Arthur Boric. He was absolutely spot on with both of them. But unfortunately, a few people got them, Prophet. So I had to get into a draw, mate. So that's the way it is. But well done in your guesses, Prophet. That was fantastic. Have a go in the next competition. You'll get one of the prints eventually. I'm very sure of that, Prophet.
Yeah, definitely, because it's so easy to enter. And not a lot of people do enter, so you've got a great chance of winning these Legends framed printouts. So, yeah, give it another go, the Prophet. Give it another go.
So the other comments were just guesses of the score. Udif says 4-1. Mad About Football says 1-0. Ghost Tracker says 3-1. Ghost Tracker says, lie down, Livy. Well, right again, lie down, Livy. Here it comes. And Elaine says 2-0. So everybody was wrong today.
Yeah. It's always good to have a wee guess, though. So have a wee guess what you think the Motherwell score's going to be as well in the comments. But also put in what minute you think the goal's going to be scored. And remember, add your seconds as well. So the minute and the seconds. Get it into the comments. You never know. You might win this framed Legends printout. You might win it. As I say in the lottery, it could be you. So, John, have you anything else to add about the game, the day, or anything in general to add?
No, that's it. I mean, it was like swashbuckling Celtic, you know. We've not seen a 6-0 for a long time. For Celtic, I mean. But
Yeah.
like outstanding performance. I think all the players done us proud today. Delighted with the score. Bad tackle on Kyogo. No harm to the boy that done it, but look, it was a badging. Kyogo's obviously missing the trip to Japan now. But it's all about Celtic and how we performed today. I think it was to a man. I think the players done us proud. Fantastic performance. And it's a good way to respond to the Atletico defeat.
Yeah, definitely, John. Well said. Yeah. And I hope you're all watching that today, Chris Boyd. Chris Boyd said on Sky Sports that Aberdeen that they don't try against Celtic more or less, and they're going to battle against Rangers because obviously they play Rangers the next 2 games. So I hope he's right. I hope he's right because I hope Aberdeen do battle against Rangers. So I hope he's right.
Oh, he will be right. Aberdeen will battle against them. Make no mistake about that, Boyd.
Yeah, so that's why I put the wee video of Boyd at the start of the podcast today. So
well,
cheer up, Chrissy Boyd. Cheer up, Chrissy Boyd.
Aye, cheer up, Boyd. Big Chris Sutton had a wee go at him the day, which was good. Was it? He says, Boyd, before the game started, Kyogo's not looking the same. He's not the same player. And the commentator said something, you two still having a go at each other. Big Sutton says, well, I didn't say it.
Yes. Aye. All right, John, we'll leave it there for the day, John. Well done to Celtic today. Well done. And what a performance. That's all I'll say on that because, you know, I wasn't expecting it. I said to one of my predictor, they come out and they demolish Aberdeen with a 6-0. You know, congratulations to Aberdeen and hopefully they can pick themselves up for the next few games. And John, we'll leave it there. Hail, buddy, and we'll see you on the next one.
Hail, Xander. We'll speak soon.
It's looking good, it's looking good, it's looking good, it's looking good, it's looking good. Now that you have given me reason to live,